Hey guys, Lance from the MTG Lance channel doing a box opening, guys. Doing Jace versus Vraska dual decks. I've talked about this in a different video and how I didn't know if I wanted to buy it or not, but I found it at a card store and decided I wanted to give it a try. So this is Jace and Vraska. It says Jace Bolen is a gifted mage who specializes in illusion, magic, mind reading, and memory modification. He's driven by an obsessive thirst for knowledge, and he has unlocked many secrets from the multiverse of his travel. And then you got Vraska, who's a master assassin. She's most often employed by the Golgari Guild, but she accepts any job that catches her interest, usually the ones that yield the most interesting trophies for her collection. And she is a Gorgon, meaning she's like Medusa. Medusa's a Gorgon. And that's something a lot of people don't know is there's other creatures like Medusa out there, and they're the Gorgons. And you got the deck box. Actually, they look pretty cool. I mean, these are really bad deck boxes. I mean, I'm not going to say they're good deck boxes, but they really look cool. And I've had a lot of people talk to me about how they think, okay, that's... Oh, well, let me get that out real quick. Okay, that's the deck player's guide and all that fun stuff. You can just put that over there. And ask me about what I think about these. Okay, that's weird. They have assassin and then the other black creature on the other. What I think about these new altered art. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm dropping stuff. New cards are always slippery. Like just the new Jace and the way it looks. The new Vraska. The reason why I really like buying this one is because it comes with two planeswalkers, like some of the others. They come with the planeswalkers themselves, and that's always really nice. And with these new artwork in the foil, makes it look really unique. And it just says Jace Beleren, but I've always been confused if they're all Jace Belerins, but he's Architect of Thought, so oh well. But if you guys don't know what these planeswalkers do, Jace is a 4 cost. His loyalty starts at 4, but usually goes to 5 unless you do something else. Dude's -2, perhaps. Until your next turn, whenever opponent... Ugh, I can't talk today, guys. My bad. +1 counter, or a loyalty counter. Until your next turn, whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks, it gets -1, -0 until end of turn. So just like, if you can get this off, and you're probably playing it in control because this is a controlling card, you make sure they don't have any creatures on the field, and if they do have like anything, it just reduces their attack. So 1/1s become pretty much useless, and 2/2s become 1/2s, and it just weakens everything they have. And it's -2, which actually I see it played a lot. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. See if I can get this to zoom in here. Most of you know what these cards do. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put one of the piles into your hand and the other at the bottom of your library, and in any order. So you pretty much get you can get 1 card off this. It's pretty much a card draw or 2 cards. And usually what happens here is there's this is really good card and these are 2 bad ones, and then your opponent makes you have to choose what you really want. It's -8, which I don't usually see get played. I've actually had it been played against me, and played with it. It's pretty fun. -8 for each player. Search that player's library for a non-land card. Exile it. That player shuffles his or her library. You may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. So it's really fun because it says each player. So you're going to search your library for a card, and you're going to search their library for a card, and you pretty much get that card. Next is Vraska. It's a 5 cost starts at 5, and its +1 is until your next turn. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to Vraska the Unseen, destroy that creature. So pretty much like Death Touch without having Death Touch. Usually though, it gets played where it's -3, which is destroy target non-land permanent, which makes it so good. It becomes a removal spell in and of itself. And if you get it to -7, which is like 4 turns after this, put 3 1/1 black assassin creature tokens on the battlefield. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. And that is this one right here. This is the token. So there's a few cards in here. I know that we're going to open up this one first. that are worth some. First off, these are planeswalkers, so they are going to be fun to have. And plus, you don't really get to see Altered Art Planeswalkers very much. So that's the token. Chromanton. 1 tap, put a 1/1 counter on him. I'm only going to talk about the uncommons and the rares, and not about the commons. I'll just go through them because there's a lot of them. Jace's Phantasm, it's 1 for 1/1. So flying, that's good, but then its second ability is what makes it even better. Well, it gets +4/+4 as long as your opponent has 10 or more cards in his or her graveyard. That's for mill. Phantasmal Bear. Aether Figment, 1 blue, 1 any for a 1/1. You can play a kicker, which if you're, oh my bad. If you're a newer player, kicker 3, you may pay an additional 3 mana as you cast a spell, and Aether can't be blocked. Aether, if it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it. So the kicker just makes it even more beefier sometimes. Crosstown Courier, Dreamstalker, Corvian Mist. Oh, what does this do? Power and touch the number of illusions of the battlefield. Ooh, illusion decks are always fun, right? They're fragile though. 3 for a 1/2 flying. Whenever Merfolk Wayfinder enters the battlefield, with the top 3 cards of your library, put all 9 of the cards revealed this way into your hand, with the rest of your bottom of your library in any order. Wait, that's uncommon. I'm at a weird angle, guys, so don't blame me. Phantasmal Dragon 4 for a 5/5, so it's already above its curve. Whenever it becomes the target of spell or ability, sacrifice that creature. And that's with all the illusion spells. They are very fragile to that. Body Double, 5 for 0/0. You may have Body Double enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard. So pretty much it just becomes it's just like a copy spell. Aeon Chronicler, 5 for a star. Power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. Suspend, which is X, meaning suspend is an ability where it's like kind of off to the side and you don't play it, but for each suspend, that's how many turns every upkeep you take off a suspend counter. And once there's no suspend counters on it, it comes into play. So suspend for X, 3 and a blue. X can't be 0. And you don't have to pay its suspend cost. That you can either pay for the suspend cost or its ordinary cost, so 5, or for 4 and a suspend, which will probably be 5, so a minimum of 1. Whenever a time counter is removed from, and the time counter is what you use for suspend, whenever a time counter is removed from him, exile it while it's exiled, draw a card. And since they're exiled when this goes on, so it becomes it's very interesting because this lets you draw cards. Okay, let me get its ability there. It lets you power and toughness are equal to your hand size. So if you do it suspend, you're drawing cards, which just makes him bigger. And if you're drawing cards, he just gets so much bigger. So you can get out of control if you're having a lot of card draw going on. Next is Riptide Cloudscape, 5 for a 2/2. So many text here, but it's just talking about suspend flying. When it enters the battlefield, return target permanent to its owner's hand, and you can suspend for 3 and 1. So it would normally come out on turn 5 as a 5 cost. You can pay 2 and wait 3 turns, and then it comes out as a 5 drop. But when it enters the battlefield, return target creature to its owner's hand. So that's fun. Jace the Mindseeker, and if you were playing, I think it's M14, one of the intro decks that comes with it. Mindseeker enters the battlefield, flying for a 4/4 for 6. Enters the battlefield. Your target opponent puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. You may cast an insert source card from among them without paying their mana cost. So that's fun. Oh gosh. Dome Scours. You guys know what this card does, probably. Remand. This card is one of the worth more cards. It's actually gone up an insane amount of price right now. I think it's like, I want to say it's higher than $10. But counter target spell, if that spell countered this way, put that into its owner's hand instead of the graveyard and draw a card for 2 mana. I actually was looking forward to this. I really love the artwork. I actually talked about this card specifically. I couldn't wait to get it. Okay. Control magic for 4. You enchant a creature and you control an enchanted creature. Summons Bane, 4 cost, 2 any, 2 blue, counter target spell, put a 2/2 illusion creature onto the battlefield. Jace's Antiquity, 5 to draw 3 cards at instant speed, so it makes it a little bit better. Future Sight is a 5 drop, 3 blue and 2 any. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play the top card of your library. Ooh, Spelltwine. Exile target instant or sorcery card from graveyard. And another one, I guess. Oh, from your opponent's graveyard. Copy those cards, cast those copies if without paying their mana cost, and then exile this card. And it's a 6 cost. So, that's interesting. Dread, Statuar, my bad. Statuar. Tap, add 1 mana to your mana pool. And Dread becomes a 4, you can pay 4 and becomes a 4/2 golem artifact till end turn. And then 4 Helmer of Depths, which come in tap, look at the top 3 cards of value, put it back in any order, and there's 2, and the rest should be just island. So that's for just the Jace deck. So moving on to the Vraska's deck. So much fun stuff. This is a longer video. Usually these videos for most people are pretty quick. I just take my time with these videos because I read other stuff. Okay, come on now. We're gonna try to go through this one a little bit quicker. I'm just gonna separate everything that is another token. Isn't a rare or uncommon. Get this sorted real quick so then we can just go right through it. Oh yeah, I actually needed that Viper. Oh, I didn't know it came in here. Good to know, right? There's some cards in here. Oh wow. There's cards in here I didn't even know they were in here. Well, now I'm even more happy. I can tell that the altered artwork is nice. Underworld connections, which is just great. This deck, I really think Rogue's Passage very good for. It's a legacy staple. Oops. Let's see if I can. Another token. Let's see if I can get myself organized here. We'll go over that. The Tainted Wood. The rest should be just green and black mana. Okay. Okay, let's go over this. I really do think the green and black deck has a lot more worth cards in it. Tainted Wood is a land, ordinary land, and it can tap for 1 any, and then add green or a black to your mana pool if you only control a swamp. So you have to control a swamp for that to work, and there's 2 of them. Travel Swinder, 2 for a 2/2, pay 3 life, flip a coin. If you win, you gain 3 life. So you could either just lose 3 life, or if you feel lucky, get more. White of Precinct 6, 2 for a 1/1, gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your opponent's graveyard. So that's fun. River Boa, 2 for a 2/1, Island Walk, and Regenerate. Vinlasher Kudzo, 2 for a 1/1, whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, put a 1/1 counter on him. Well, this might actually be fun in my commander deck, because landfall, he just gets big. Spawn Rith. Actually, I might actually have that in there. It's a 3-drop for a 2/2 trample, and well, it's a 2-drop for a 3 mana for a 2/2 trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, put a token that's a copy of this creature on the battlefield. Aura Viper, which is actually an older card, which was during the Snow block. 3 for a 1/3. When it deals combat damage to a player, destroy that. Well, it has pretty much Death Touch, but it's worded differently. Whenever it deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature at the end of combat. So pretty much Death Touch. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And it pretty much lasts, because it's a 1/3, through most hits. So it's either, okay, I take 1 and they draw, or I lose my thing. 4 for a 3/3, pay 3, sacrifice creature. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You may choose a card from it. That player discards that card. Activate this ability only time you could cast a sorcery. So you can't like, okay, I block, then I do it, which would make the card so much better. 4 for a 2/1, so that's a bit interesting. When there's the battlefield, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. That creature can't regenerate. I don't really find that card that great. Reaper of the Wilds, which is a freaking amazing card in my opinion. I love this card. I would love to see it get played more. Reaper of the Wilds is a 4 for a 4/5, so its toughness is already above the curve. And whenever a creature dies, you scry one. Whenever another creature dies, you can play a black and it gains Death Touch, so creatures are going to die, and guess what? You're going to get that scry. Or pay 2 and it gains Hexproof until end of turn with 1 green. So it pretty much becomes very hard to kill, and it lasts so long. Acidic Slime is 5 for a 2/2 Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Pretty much gets played in Commander, and that's pretty much it. Drooling Gruden is a 5 cost, 3 any, 2 black, 1 green. Wait, 6 cost, my bad, for a 4/3. Pay 4, sacrifice a creature. Target creature gets +2/+2 until turn. Another target creature gets -2/-2. So it could be a kill spell, or it can also be a pump spell. Night Whisperer 2, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Marsh Casualties 2 and Kicker of 3, creatures you control. Target player control get -1/-1 until end of turn. If you kick those creatures, you get -2/-2 until end of turn. So for 5, they get -2/-2, or for 2, they get -1/-1. Treasured Fiend, 1 black, 1 green. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand, exile this, which is actually pretty good. Honorable Connections, which is worth money right now, and is a fun card. 2 black, 1 any. Enchanted Land has tap, pay 1 life, draw a card. Rogue's Passage, tap for a colorless mana, and pay 4 and tap. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. So pretty much modern, not modern. Oh, I just forgot its name. I don't know why, but EDH, my bad. Let's find a card that I think represents the Wilds. Represents it so well. Let's see, find another card. Comes in yeah, we're gonna go Remand. So this is the decks, and I probably won't be playing these decks at all, but I'll be using a lot of these cards because they're really good cards. Golgari sounds like a really fun deck to build. Standard's kind of moving out for me, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future and if I keep doing certain sets or not. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a really long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. So see you guys later. Peace.